Harcourt Sands is a very well-known abandoned holiday park on the Isle of Wight that closed its doors back in 2006. I've been frequently asked to make a video about the site, and it's somewhere that I have visited many times throughout the years. I've never really felt the need to upload any footage as there are already so many videos out there and I wouldn't be adding anything new. One building that's always intrigued me is the indoor swimming pool. Most of the site has been pretty trashed over the last 12 years, all except the pool building, which has remained unscathed and secure. Strangely, the power has also been left on and it still has a live security alarm, as we found out when we got inside. A couple of years back I managed to stumble across an open entrance to the lower access tunnels of the pool, but unfortunately these didn't lead up into the main complex and were quickly sealed. A couple of weeks back, yet another video of Harcourt appeared online. However, unlike the many videos of the site before it, this one did have one extra interesting aspect. The group have found a way into the swimming pool through a damaged vent. However, after baiting out the way in, bizarrely the group chose not to enter, perhaps intimidated by the long drop. Aware that they'd filmed this a month prior to upload, when we arrived at the site late one evening, we didn't expect the vent to still be accessible. Amazingly it was, and so in we went. We'd gone in really late to avoid any questions about why we were wandering through a holiday park with a load of climbing gear. The plan was to tie a rope to the outside, feed it through and then drop a rope ladder down to the inside. The access vent didn't feel particularly sturdy, and as you crawled through it you could feel the metal bowing and shifting beneath you, and as soon as any weight was put on the ladder you could hear the whole thing creaking. As I went to put my full weight on the ladder, the whole vent shifted, resulting in the ladder slipping, and I was really lucky not to fall off. I wouldn't usually show access into a site, but as this entrance has already been put out in the public by others, I wanted to show that even when taking precautions, things can easily go wrong. It was amazing how spotless the building was. It certainly didn't feel like somewhere that had been shut up for the last 12 years and looked as though it could reopen tomorrow. We noticed several PRI sensors dotted around the building, and so carefully creeped around trying not to set any off, but inevitably we did. We could hear the alarm ringing like crazy outside, which was probably being heard for miles around. At this point we thought we may as well whack on all the lights and spend the next 5 minutes running around to see as much as we could. In 2016, planning permission was granted for a large residential development and a luxury hotel at the site. In May of this year, the owner scrapped these plans and a section of the site has been put back on the market with planning permission for the guide price of $350,000. Within the planning proposal, it states that all of the old Harcourt buildings will be demolished as they're of a poor quality, which makes the continued upkeep of this one building really odd. Since the redevelopment plans were scrapped, there have been multiple fires started within Harcourt, perhaps as a result of it no longer feeling as though there's any sort of security or caretaker presence at the site. 5 minutes was nowhere near enough time to properly explore the pool, and we could have easily spent another half hour exploring it if it wasn't for the alarm. At this point we'd already spent about 15 minutes inside and didn't want to push our luck, so it was time to make a hasty exit, hoping that we'd not left it too long and there wasn't going to be someone waiting for us outside.
Roll it up.
We bundled up all of the gear and quickly disappeared off into the darkness with another successful explore checked off.